Hi everyone. So in this video today I will explain how we can create S3 bucket using ASP.NET MVC with C#, how we can upload a object into S3 bucket, and how we can download or list objects from S3 and delete the objects from the S3. So here you can see I am into the AWS account. So first to make any action on AWS using C# or from uh, application coding. So we require AWS access key and AWS secret key. So from where you can get these key from the AWS account. So here on your login panel, you can go into the security credentials, and here you can see we have access key, ID and secret key. So I have already created one access key ID which I will use for my demonstration in this video. You can generate your new access key by using this button. So you have to download the key file. It will contains a CSV file where you can get secret key and the access key. Okay, so moving on to the AWS in S3, here you can see I have some buckets already. One is the ASP demo bucket, which is the public one. One is the demo 8085. This is not public, and this is objects can be public. So for the demonstration, I will upload all the objects in this ASP demo bucket. Also the list from the object from this bucket, and I will download the object from this bucket, ASP demo bucket. Also I will demonstrate how we can delete the objects using ASP.NET C#. So let's move on to the code. First I will demonstrate and show you the codes to create a S3 bucket using ASP.NET with MVC. So here you can see I have created a object model which is simply contains the object name and object size, and I have added a model which will be used for create a bucket. Also I have created a helper which is S3 helper, and for this I will use the singleton. That's not an issue. And as I mentioned, I will use this bucket, SPX demo bucket, for the demonstration purpose because I have added the static bucket name here. So, you will get the put bucket request from the AWS SDK. So how you can download or you can configure Amazon S3 things. So if you see in the references, I have added AWS SDK CloudFront Core SDK, AWS SDK S3. So you can simply go into the NuGet package, and if you search AWS SDK, you will get all the packages provided from the AWS SDK. So this is the one for AWS SDK which has been installed, and these are for S3. I'm using version 3.7.9, so I can update that. This is for AWS SDK for SQS. SQS is simple queue services. So you can download required packages from the NuGet package. Uh, So in this helper class, I just added some method. So this method will list all the buckets. This method will create a bucket with the name of unique name, it will upload file into S3. So there are two methods. One is the simple upload and it upload the one files. If you see in this example, I use the policy is public read, and this is the bucket name, and the key and bucket name is the sorry, key is this object name, and this is the bucket name where I want to upload this content. This method I am uh, getting the file with the help with the destination path and the object name. This method will use for deleting an object. So it requests only delete object request, and we have to pass the bucket name, and in the key we have to pass the object name, and the delete object will delete the object from the S3 bucket. This method is used for list all the objects from the bucket. So if you see these lines here, what I am returning all objects from the bucket, from the particular bucket. If suppose we want to filter out the object name, so suppose prefix is the CFG, so it will filter the objects whose prefix start with the CFG. There are some more examples I have added, like max key and this all the things. And one more thing is there is another utility is the transfer utility. So in transfer utility, we can upload content object into the S3 bucket. So there are two way to upload the object into S3. One is the simple transfer and one is the transfer utility. So both we can apply the policies, we can key bucket name and the input string. And suppose if we have a directory and we want to upload full directory objects into the buckets. So we have the bucket request, transfer utility, and we have to pass the directory name and bucket name. So it will upload all the directory. So now move on to the example one. So if you see on home controller, uh, in index, I am populating all the objects from the bucket. One is for upload file, one is for delete object, and one is for download object, and one is for create object. Let me run the application. So here you can see there are only three. I'm refreshing. Right now there are only three buckets. I'm going to create one bucket. So I have added one controller for create bucket, and I'm going to give a name ASPX demo hyphen 1245 1234, and if I apply the breakpoint over there, and here you can see the create bucket will pass into my bucket. So in this bucket I apply public read write, and there are more policies if you go into this. So no ACL private public read, so we can apply any of the ACL policy for the bucket. So for the example, for the demonstration, I was using public read write, then bucket name, and just client dot put request. So it generates some error, the AWS key, key ID. Oh, so I have to replace my key with the AWS key and secret key. So I have replaced the AWS secret key and access key. Now I am again running the application. And again I am try to create a bucket with the ASPX hyphen demo hyphen 1234. So still there is no bucket. So create bucket. Now I'm going to. So here you can see bucket has been created, and if we go into AWS S3, here you can see one bucket has been created with the 1, 2, 3, 4, and the public access is the public only. So this is very pretty simple. You can use these for three lines of code, and if there you want to apply some security policies, so you can add more requests over there. So now I'm going to demo upload the object into the ASPX demo bucket. So here you can see there is no object. So I am going to click on file. So here I am choosing AWS free tier blog img, and I'm going to apply a breakpoint on upload file as well. I'm going to click on upload, and here you can see public read only, and in metadata I have added the original file name, and for bucket name I am using the unique bucket name for duplication purpose. So I will show you the file has been uploaded. If we go into the bucket and refresh this bucket, so here you can see one file has been uploaded, and if I click on this file and try to open, you can see the file has been uploaded. So there are some information which we put in metadata. So if you see in metadata, I have added the original file name with the file original name. So whenever I will try to download this file or object, it I will use this metadata for downloading. So here you can see one object has been uploaded, and I use the list listing object method which reads. I refresh, and here you can see I make a request with the bucket name, ASP demo bucket, and read all the key and their size. So in here you can see in KB the file size is this. Now I'm going to upload some more files. Suppose I have added free tired of JPG and upload. So again it will redirect, and there are two files. And if I go into the bucket, there are two files. Now how we can download object from the S3. So in this example, uh, here I have a download button. From this, I will download the object from the S3. So in code, if I go to the code, there is one action download object. So I'm going to click first file, and here you can see I have added the files. I'm showing again. So into the download directory, I'm checking if the file name is exists. So I will delete that file, and this is the method where I go get object request, where I pass the bucket name and the object name. So it's simply get object, and from the metadata it return the original file name. So I have set the original file name into the model, and it's simply download the file AWS free content. So I can download second one as well. F5, so free time. Both file has been downloaded. Now, so last one is the if we want to delete any object from the S3 bucket. So there are two files. So I'm going to first delete 4F79. So 4F79 is this, and I am going to apply one breakpoint on delete object as well. So I'm going to delete this for F79 for F79. When I click on delete action button, and it will again, we have to create a delete object request and pass two things, bucket name and the object name. So if we refresh this bucket, here you can see one object has been deleted, and from the list also the object has been deleted. I'm adding uh, git URL for this source code, so you can download this source code and play with this play with this example. So this video I explain you how we can create a bucket, how we can upload a object into a bucket, how we can download a object from S3 bucket, how we can delete object from S3 bucket, and how we can list object from the S3 bucket. And apart that, we how we can apply filters from the S3 bucket object list. So there are some examples. So hope guys you will like this demonstration, and if you have any question you can write down me on comments. I will try to explain and resolve your queries. Thank you everyone.